Hey guys, Rafael back here again. So I want to go over some Black Lives Matter funding and where we can see where they're getting their money from and who's really pushing their agenda. Now, don't get me wrong, Black Lives Matter does matter. And I'm not going to sit here and give you the contrast of yes, all lives matter. Yes, the systemic racism of those of color is a big issue, and it should have stopped a long time ago. And it saddens and sickens me that it's taken up to this point to realize this, to get it all the way out there. Which is why I always bring up, is it Black Lives Matter or black policy that matters? But I just want to go down to their funding. Now, people want to say, oh, it could be George Soros, it could be just the people themselves. But no, we know where the money is coming from and what the agenda is and how they throw in all the agendas to support Black Lives Matter. As in the gay agenda, the feminist agenda, all these agendas do not belong with Black Lives Matter. Alright? So the funding to Black Lives Matter is all the way at the bottom. It's a lot to scroll through. Alright, here we go. So this is the funding here. Black Lives Matter, right? So we know they get funding from Open Society Foundations, Borealis Philanthropy, and there's others, including the Ford Foundation, and many other foundations that throw in a lot of money to them. And we have to see what the agenda is behind everything. Now, Open Society Foundations is from George Soros. And George Soros gives a lot of money to the Black Lives Matter. And when we go here, we have an article where the anti-police activist group, now they're anti-police activist group, right? First it was just about Black Lives Matter and changing what's going on with, politically, socially here in America. Now they're an anti-police group. See how words change? Has received pledges of more than $100 million in donations. That's a lot of money. And what are they doing with the money? Well, we're painting streets and changing street names. Where's black policy? We don't need to see what's going on the street. We need to see what's going on politically. Where's the change politically? And we need to follow where this money is going. Where are they allocating the money that they're getting? $100 million is a lot of money. Now, look, Media Matters for America, right? Now, we're just going to go over this. This is funded by George Soros, right? So, Media Matters for America is an IRS tax exempt, so he pays no taxes on this, but reaps the benefits, organization that purports to document supposed conservative media bias. Media Matters Action Network is the affiliated, blah, 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 organization that is the advocacy arm of MMFA. Now, what do? These are your fact checkers that go on Facebook, Instagram, and all these things that fact check your work. And they say they openly want to, spread the truth and only give out the truth. But in order for them to suppress the truth, they have to block what alternative media is saying, what other people are saying. And this all comes from the funding of George Soros. And we've seen that happen time and time again, where George Soros and his crew are constantly censoring people. And that's not cool. We have the freedom of speech. But under groups and entities like this, they suppress the truth. very suppress the truth. And they say they go against people like Fox News, they, against the left-right paradigm, but they just censoring the narrative that goes against their narrative. Now, which leads me to this. The Black Lives 24-hour hip-hop music stream. So, we know hip-hop has been linked to black culture, and that black culture was programmed into people starting in the late 70s, early 80s. And they implemented that hip-hop culture in order to bring down the quote-unquote black people more by instilling violence, instilling anti-government, instilling them to do crazy things. And now they have a 24-hour Black Lives channel on YouTube. And just by watching the channel, that's donating money. They have raised total $31,462. If Black Lives Matter were so big and we needed to raise all this money for reform, why haven't we done it before? Why is this the straw? What else is going on behind our backs that we don't know about that's happening? They're getting all this money, and where's it allocated? Guys, we have to ask these questions. We gotta ask, where's the money coming from? Who's giving it to you? And where are you putting it? Because if policy doesn't change, lives will never change.
And if you are taught how to observe, you cease to observe.